Hello again, it's me, Natalie. This week we're talking about being trans at work. Now, I've touched on this a little bit before in a previous episode where I talked about coming out, but there's a whole raft of interesting stuff I want to talk about being trans at work. This is, for me, is quite a positive thing because I've had no difficulties at work at all. It's all been really good. Everyone's been really lovely to me. So, what I hope you can take away from this is that if you're someone who's thinking about coming out at work and is a trans person in the UK, then you really can do it. So firstly, I guess a bit about what I do. So I'm still working at the same company that I transitioned in. I've changed role slightly, but still doing fundamentally the same thing, same office, same colleagues. So at the moment, I guess the easiest way to describe it is I'm a sort of application development manager. So I have a team of people based across a few countries who develop software, and they work on a piece of software that we use that essentially tells us how much product to make. The company I work for is a really big global organisation. You'll have heard of it, you'll have probably used our products already. So it's a big organisation. I came out at work, started to come out 2.5 to 3 years ago. I started coming out to people I knew and just sort of trusted colleagues, came out to my boss sort of kind of by accident, and then did a big coming out where I got somebody senior on my site to send an email out to everyone at my site so that they knew what was going on. I also had to tell loads of other people in various other locations. Now that's because, as I said, the company I work for is global. The IT function is based in lots of different countries, and actually quite a lot of the countries are countries which, let's just say, are not famous for being particularly great about trans rights. So I was a little bit worried about that, but I work with lots of people, different nationalities. I've got contractors doing software development for me in the UK, in America, in India. I've got colleagues in France, I've got colleagues in Russia, in Brazil, in China, in Germany, all sorts of places. Typically, I haven't travelled very much. I've been to Russia, I've been to the US. I went to Russia pre-transition. I'm not sure how that would go now. But I went to the US since transitioning, and US until recently perhaps was fine. And lots of, obviously, people I work with have come over to the UK and have met me since I transitioned, and it's been absolutely fine. I've had some strange looks, I'm not going to lie. There's some people that have been a little bit baffled, but you don't actually encounter too many trans people in some of these countries, so it's a learning experience for them, and I'm happy to be able to be a visible person for them. I've had a few interesting situations where, because I'm the only trans person in, as far as I'm aware of, in sort of my area of the organisation. So I'm kind of famous, so people will come and approach me in like our sort of coffee areas and so on and say, "Oh, hi Natalie, how are you doing?" And because they know who I am, but I don't know who they are. So I kind of have to try and work out who they are. Should I know who this person is or not? Sometimes I should know, sometimes I shouldn't. Sometimes it's been someone quite senior and I didn't know who they were, which is kind of embarrassing. But on the whole, it's been really good. I've actually been able to get involved in some really good stuff at work as well. So we have an LGBT forum where we're at the moment trying to do some stuff to make sure that marketing that our organisation does is inclusive of LGBT people, and that LGBT people of all different intersecting identities are represented in that. So that's great. Also, hoping that we can influence sort of global policy on LGBTQI people, particularly with regards to things like healthcare and employment protections. So that'd be really good to be able to do some work on that. So by being a visible LGBT person at work, and a particular trans person, I think it does help us kind of hopefully make things better for people who come after us. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Like, comment. We're really enjoying doing these videos and we're getting some great feedback. So really want to do some more. If you want to get involved with Engender, then please get in touch with us. But until next time, goodbye.